A lot of people sounding off, I'm sure, to Justin Goldstein about the storm.
Yeah, and it's going to be cold. We haven't really concentrated. We talked a lot about the snow, obviously,
Sure.
but cold is going to be a big factor.
It's a major factor, especially if you're outside trying to clean up the snow on Friday, or even the kids playing outside. This is some dangerous Arctic cold, and these are not words we use too often in Connecticut, with wind chills 20 to 25 at times, below zero. Air temperatures, they're not that far behind. Not Arctic cold, but it's cold enough to snow right now. Temperatures a few degrees on either side of 30 degrees statewide. Here's the latest from Storm Track Radar. Okay, at first glance, it looks like it's snowing. No, not yet. The responsibility of this moisture in the highest levels of the atmosphere is to moisten up the atmosphere, priming it for snow, which will start tonight. Now, the real accumulating snow won't start till Thursday night, so it's going to snow overnight and it will snow tomorrow. But we are only looking for an inch or two at best during the daylight hours on Thursday. Now, the heaviest of the snow and the wind will come in, figure between 8 o'clock Thursday night and 8 o'clock Friday morning, a 12-hour window, and give or take just a little bit, but you're getting the idea. At the height of the storm, it's near blizzard conditions. I never tell anyone, don't drive or don't do this. That's not my job. I can just advise you that difficult, very, very difficult driving conditions, not something we would recommend. You take it into your hands and you go about that with the information that we give you here. We prepare you, we don't scare you here at News 8. With the wind chills 10 to 20 below zero at times during the climax of the storm. And here's the hour-by-hour forecast. It snows lightly overnight and first thing tomorrow. Notice the holes in the snow cover here. It's a light shade of blue. So I think by the close of business tomorrow, by about 5 o'clock, there's probably 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of snow on the ground. And we can handle it. It's snowing at a very light clip. Now here we are at midnight from Thursday night into Friday morning. Notice the deep, rich, dark blue color here. That is snow falling at a heavy clip, winds gusting to 40 miles per hour. That's where we get our near blizzard conditions, where it's very difficult to drive and see in front of you. And then things quickly quiet down after about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and by lunchtime the snow is out of here. Here's the $64,000 question. How much are we looking for? Through midday Friday statewide, a blanket of 6 to 9 inches with a localized 10 or an 11 not out of the question, just depending on where those heavy bands set up. But there are blizzard warnings on the south side of the Sound over Long Island, so we want to keep that in mind. And Keith mentioned the Arctic cold before. As soon as the snow ends, we are talking about some of the coldest air we've seen in Connecticut in several years, below zero temperatures, wind chills close to 20 below. Not tonight. 18 to 22 with that light snow developing after midnight. Look for 1 to 3 inches of snow with off and on snow showers during the daylight hours tomorrow. I do feel school will be in session for at least 50% of students tomorrow. Really feel Friday is the day that if they're going to close schools, that would be Friday, as we dig out from that Arctic cold and that blast of just heavy snow. But look at the temperatures inland. 10 for the high on Friday, 5 below in Hartford. We're probably going to see a 10 or 15 below in some of those cold spots. Air temperature, not wind chill.
And then after all that, the second half of the weekend not looking great either.
Now, another storm we're looking at, and a second Arctic blast for next week. We're going to take one at a time here.
Okay.
Let's focus on this week.
All right,
Get
Justin,
the
thank you.
blankets, the movies, and just stay in and relax.
Be lazy. That's a
idea.
good plan.